In this video, we are going to study the determination of point group of molecules. For example, if you see this molecule, it has a rotational C2 axis, okay, and it has one sigma V vertical plane and no sigma H horizontal plane. Hence, this molecule contains two vertical planes. One is along the principal axis and one is between the principal axis. Now, it possesses only the sigma V plane. Hence, the point group of the molecule is C2V. Next, we move to the naming of the point group. The name of the point group has information about the symmetry element present. The letter is the rotational group and the subscript is the number after the letter, which indicates the order of the principal rotational axis. For example, if you see this C3, C indicates only the rotational axis and 3 indicates the threefold rotational axis of the particular molecule. And also if you look into the C3V of the molecule, the C indicates the rotational axis, 3 indicates the threefold rotational axis and the V indicates the vertical plane of symmetry of a particular molecule. How we can change the index C to D? Here D indicates the n-fold principal rotation axis. Also it contains perpendicular two-fold axis which is right angle to the original principal axis. That is, instead of arranging the atoms, you have to look after the principal axis plus perpendicular C2 axis. So D4D means it is contained perpendicular C2 axis. 4 means fourfold principal axis. D means there is no sigma H mirror plane, that is horizontal mirror plane. Now we move to D4H. D means perpendicular C2 axis. 4 means fourfold principal axis. H indicates the sigma H mirror plane, that is horizontal mirror plane. Thus, we can name the point group. Now we can see a subscript H means there is a sigma H mirror plane at right angles to the n-fold principal axis. For example, if you see the octahedral molecule, C4 is the principal axis and it contains the sigma H as the horizontal axis. Hence, this molecule also possesses perpendicular C2 axis. Hence, it takes the index D. 4 is the principal axis. Sigma H is the horizontal plane. Hence, the point group of the molecule is D4H. Come to this molecule. It is a staggered form of ethane. This molecule possesses C3 as the principal axis and also it does not possess any sigma H. We can clearly see the difference between the octahedral molecule as well as the staggered ethane molecule. Here it doesn't possess any sigma H plane and it possesses a sigma V plane, only one sigma V plane. Hence, the point group assigned for this molecule is D3D. D means no sigma H mirror plane. Okay. Next, we move to the next, naming the platonic solids. Platonic solids are solids which are having very high symmetry. For example, tetrahedral, octahedral, icosahedral. For example, if you see the tetrahedral molecule, the point group of the molecule is TD. Octahedral, the point group of the molecule is OH. And icosahedral, the point group of the molecule is IH. Okay. So, example of icosahedral molecule is C60, that is buckyball fullerene. But we have studied these things by studying the flowchart diagram, how to determine the point group. By applying the same principle, we can determine the point group of a highly symmetric molecule such as tetrahedral, octahedral and icosahedral And in such cases, we can assign the point group for linear also. Next, move to the next one. The flow chart for determining the point group. So first, here we have to start here. The first question to be asked is the molecule is linear? Yes. Is there any center of inversion? Yes. Then the point group is d infinity h. Is the molecule is linear? Yes. Is there any center of inversion? No. Then the point group is C infinity V. The difference between D infinity height and C infinity V is, in D infinity height, we can say the example as carbon dioxide molecule, which is symmetry on both sides and possesses I. C infinity V contains HCN. Okay. In that case, it is unsymmetry, but it is linear. So, in that case, it doesn't possess I, and hence it possesses the point group C infinity V. Now, move to the condition. Is there the linear molecule? Yes, we have the 2-point group D infinity height and C infinity V. If not, we have go for the higher symmetry molecule, that is tectonic solids. For example, tetrahedral, octahedral, icosahedral. If S means, we can assign directly TD for tetrahedral, OH for octahedral and IH for icosahedral. Then if no means, go to is there is any principal CN axis, that is proper axis of rotation. No means if there is a mirror plane. If there is a mirror plane, we can directly assign the point group as CS. If not, if there is a center of inversion, S means CI, no means C on. So this is a very easy to determine the molecule. This type of point groups occurs very rare. Then, if we coming to the point, is there is any principal axis? Yes. If there is any principal axis, then this is categorically divided into two ways. One is D and the another one is C. How can we assign the point group as D and how can we assign the point group as C? By looking to one factor, that is, if the molecule possesses principal axis Cn, also the molecule possesses perpendicular C2 axis, which is perpendicular to the main principal axis, then we call that principal index of the point group molecule as D. So, what is the meaning of D? D means together with the proper axis, it contain also perpendicular C2 axis. Very, very important, perpendicular C2 axis. If the molecule possesses perpendicular C2 axis together with the main axis, then the index is changed to C2D. And also if the molecule possesses sigma H, we can directly write the point group as DNH. No means we can directly write DND, and also if does not contain any CN axis, then we can write DN. For example, this ruthenium bipyridyl molecule, all this molecule comes under this classification DN. Then, if the molecule doesn't possess perpendicular C2 axis, then our point group index is C. Okay. Now, we can see assign the molecule as, if the molecule possesses perpendicular C2 axis, the index is D. If the molecule does not contain perpendicular C2 axis, the index is C. And if the molecule possesses horizontal plane, then we can assign the point group of a molecule as CNH. If contain vertical plane, CNV. If the molecule doesn't possess any vertical plane or horizontal plane, then we can assign the point group as CN. This is the flow chart determination of the point group of a molecule. By using this flow chart, we can easily assign the point group of a particular molecule. Move to the next one. For example, you see carbon dioxide molecule. Carbon dioxide molecule C double bond O, double bond O, right? This molecule possesses I. Okay. Now we can start at the top of the flow chart. Can see the carbon dioxide molecule is linear. Yes. It contains center of inversion. Yes. So automatically the point group is D infinity H. Start here. Is the molecule is linear? Yes. Is there a center of inversion? Yes. then the point group is D infinity H. Okay. So this is the way we can assign the point group of a molecule. Other linear molecule, we can see this is a symmetry linear molecule. For example, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, hydrogen, all these molecules possess I, and it is also all symmetry linear molecule. Hence, the point group of the molecule is D infinity H. Then move to the next one, unsymmetrical linear molecule. Example, HCN, HI, carbon monoxide. This molecule does not possess I, and this molecule also does not possess I, right? Hence, the point group of a molecule is C infinity V. C infinity V. Now, it is very clear that we can distinguish D infinity height and C infinity V by locating the one term I. Then the platonic solids, we have already seen there, highly symmetric molecule. Tetrahedrons means TD, octahedrons mean OH, icosahedron means IH. So according to the flowchart diagram, we can easily assign the point group of this particular molecule. Then move to the CS point group. What is the CS point group? If there is a principal axis, no, you don't have any principal axis. Okay. Now, if there is a mirror plane, yes, it contains one vertical mirror plane. It divides a molecule into two equal halves. Okay. Then, this molecule possesses the point group CS, that is chloro difluoroiodomethane possess the point group CS. Move to the most land animals have bilateral symmetry and belonging to CS point group are butterfly and human being. Next, C1 point group. You see here there is only one rotational axis, bromo, chloro, fluoroiodomethane. This molecule possesses C1 point group, that is one-fold axis of symmetry. Then the division into Cn and Dn, we have discussed already how we can distinguish Cn and Dn. Cn means it possesses proper axis of symmetry. Dn means it possesses proper axis of symmetry plus perpendicular C2 axis of symmetry also. Okay. So the index of D to C is the only difference, that is there is a perpendicular C2 axis which is perpendicular to the main principal axis. So moving to Cn, now you see this molecule. This is a molecule. Okay. This is a molecule. In this molecule, there is only a single rotational axis, which can theoretically we can say very high, that is C3 in the complex below. Further divided into Cn, Cnv and Cnh point group. Then the point group of water molecule. We all know point group of water molecule. That is the principal axis is C2. It contains two vertical principal plane of symmetry. That is, one is along the principal axis, one is between the principal axis. Okay. So bisecting the two hydrogen atom, one is along the axis. Hence, the point group of this molecule is C2V. Then we move to the same explanation here. It contains the principal axis Cn. So we proceed to down the chart, and in answer to the next question, there is no further C2 axis at right angles to each other. Hence, we have to see the index C. Now you see there is no sigma H plane at right angles to the C2 axis. But there are two sigma V planes containing the C2 axis. One is along the molecular plane, one is between the molecular plane. Hence, the point group of water molecule is C2V. Then CNV molecules, what are the examples? You see water, ammonia, NH3 ammonia is a very famous example of this molecule. Then square pyramidal molecule, C4V, vanadilyl tetrafluoride molecule. So these are the category of the molecule comes under the group CNV. Then C2V molecule, you see phosphorus, tetrafluoride and iodine. Okay, phosphorus iodo tetrafluoride, sulfur tetrafluoride and carbonyl chloride are comes under C2V. Then Cn point group. See, Cn axis is the only symmetry element. They generally resembles propellers which have the front and back different. The important examples are hydrogen omitted for clarity here, triphenyl phosphine view from the side. So these rings they are perpendicular to each other. Hence, they belongs to the point group Cn. If possess C3, then C3. If possess C4, then C4. And accordingly, we can view the molecule. Then the dihedral groups. If there is an addition to the Cn axis, one or more C2 axis of symmetry, we have the molecule belonging to D groups. If the only extra symmetry element besides the Cn axis are one or more C2 axis perpendicular to Cn, then the molecule belong to Dn point group. There must be n C2 axis which is perpendicular to the main principal axis. Adding to the vertical mirror plane to the Dn group, then it takes the point group DND. And in addition to that, if the molecule possesses d height, that is horizontal plane, then the point group assigned for the molecule is Dn height. Let us see Dn height point group. For example, you see this molecule. As there C2 perpendicular to Cn? Yes. Is there sigma height plane? Yes. Okay. Then we can assign the molecule as D4 height. So all octahedral molecules, symmetry or if the both atoms are same at the axial position, it comes to the point group D4 height. Then examples of the molecule belonging to Dn height point groups. For example, you see D2 height, D3 height. D3 height here you see trigonal bipyramidal. Okay. So if the trigonal bipyramidal, if all the atoms are same also, example PCl5, it comes under D3 height. If the two atoms are different also, if the axis contain the same molecule, then D3 height. Then all the octahedral molecule, square planar molecule, then the pentagonal bipyramidal molecule, all these comes under this Dn height point group. So you have to locate the principal axis as well as the perpendicular C2 axis. Then we can assign this molecule as D3 height, D4 height and D5 height, etc. Then move to the next one. Benzene is an example of D6 height point group. We can see C6 as the principal axis. There are three C2 perpendicular C2 axis, and also we can see the horizontal plane as well as the vertical plane. Both the benzene possess both horizontal plane as well as the vertical plane. Hence, it belongs to the point group D6 height. If the horizontal plane is present in a particular molecule, we can locate the molecule point group as Dn height. You see here the principal axis is C6. Automatically we can write the point group as D6 height. Then move to Dn point group. You see here also according to what is the difference between Dn and Cn is, here also we are having the principal axis, but here we have an additional perpendicular C2 axis. This is the additional perpendicular C2 axis. This additional perpendicular C2 axis possess the grade of D2. Okay. So you can see the copper diethylene diamine complex. So this coordination complex belongs to the point group D2. Then some other views of the symmetry elements of the point group D2. Okay. We can see how we can assign perpendicular C2 in what are the different ways. C2 as the principal axis and how we can assign the molecule, the main principal axis and the perpendicular C2, both are C2. Hence, we can assign the point group of the molecule as D2. Okay. What is D3? Cobalt triene complex. Okay. Diethylenamine, tris diethylenamine, cobalt 3 complex. Here the principal axis is C3 and the perpendicular axis also it contains C2. Hence, the point group of the molecule is D3. Other examples of D3 molecules are all the coordination complexes, most probably it comes under this type of classification D3. You see here, this is a very high tris ethylene diamine cobalt 3 cation, tris 2,2 bipyridyl cobalt 3 cation, tris acetyl acetylento cobalt 3 cation. All these comes under this classification of D3 point group. So comparison of C3 and D3. What is the main difference? C3 doesn't possess perpendicular axis of symmetry. This is the only one point. If there is no perpendicular C2 axis, then we can easily assign the molecule as C3. If it possesses perpendicular C2 axis, then it is D3. Then molecules belong to D and D point group. These have mirror planes parallel to the principal axis but not right angles to it. Okay. So the meaning is, if the molecule doesn't possess horizontal plane, then naturally it has a dihedral plane D. Okay. So that the staggered form of ethane possesses D3D. Okay. And the ferrocene, the staggered form of ferrocene possesses D5D point group. The D4D point group, we can see the principal axis, then the square antiprism molecule, all these possess. So according to VSEPR theory, we can predict the structure and we can assign the molecule of a particular point group. Assign the point group of a particular molecule. 18 crown 6 also we can assign as D3D. So these are some point groups. What are they? C infinity V, T infinity H, C2V, C3V, D3 H, okay, and D3 H. See, this is PCl5. Then C2V, we can easily see this is C3V, okay. D4 H square planar molecule, then tetrahedral molecule, then octahedral molecule. These are the various point group and it takes the form like that. Okay, thank you for this wonderful session. You have I think you have all of understand the whole portions. So please go through the video more than one time and assign the point group of a molecule. Thank you.